All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but two things right now. Jack and shit. Jack left town. Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
What was that ruckus? What ruckus? I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Describe the ruckus, sir.
Does this mean we're not friends anymore? Not me. I'm in my prime. Hey, Mike. Ain't it cool?
First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me. Blow. Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
What's up, everyone? DJ Anubis here with you on the Military Radio Podcast with another unboxing. And I don't even know where to fucking start, man. I've got so much shit here. But let's take a look and see who's joining us right now. Jake Hall, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. And, of course, Anthony Jordan. If you didn't just see us, we did our Highlander review on the Cinematic Synergy with Kevin Lambert, and Anthony Jordan was there with us as well. Very good discussion. Very good movie. Check that out when you get a chance. So there's one thing that I ordered that hasn't come in yet. It's not due to come out until April, but I'll just do a separate unboxing for that. That's a little bit bigger deal overall. But obviously tomorrow's my birthday. So even though a lot of this wasn't really pre-planned as a birthday present, I guess you can kind of consider birthday presents to myself. But Neko's so gracious that she doesn't care. I love that about her. So one thing that I got from Shout Factory that I didn't expect to buy, but maybe with you guys being in the chat, you might be able to tell me something about it. I mean, I'm going to watch a trailer for it, but either way, we'll start with some of the other stuff that I got first. And so I went to Season of Mist, which is a music distro that obviously they gave me a promo code for some, whatever I wanted to buy from their music, whether it's CDs, shirts, or cassettes or whatever. Hey, here's my boy Kevin. Hey, and there's also another Kevin Splinter. Go check out this dude's channel, man. I mean, he's got a lot of great, cool polls up there. He loves movies like we do, so be sure to check out his stuff and go over there and take a look at some of those polls. I'm always dabbling into the polls that he has. So, yeah, cool shirt. Love Godzilla. Gotta love Godzilla. So, Season of Mist gave me a promo code for some whatever I wanted to buy. It was like 10% off or something. So, I picked out 3 cassettes that I really wanted from 3 albums that I really, really love. First one being, of course, is from Druck, who just released a new album this year, which it's probably gonna be in my next top 5 for this week. I haven't gotten around to listen to it yet, but their I wouldn't say debut, but one of my favorite albums from them, of course, is Autumn Aurora. It's a sort of atmospheric black metal band. Very cool stuff. I've been collecting tapes for a while, last about 3 or 4 years now. Getting a pretty healthy collection up there. Back in May of last year at MDF, Maryland Death Fest, I got a chance to see Dismember for the first time, and they were doing this album, which is their debut, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream. It's Swedish death metal. Whoops. God damn it. There we go. Fantastic record. Great band. You need to check that out if you're into death metal at all. And of course, one of my favorite artists of all time is Devin Townsend. But when he was doing his project, Strapping Young Lad, I really liked that project. It's like industrial thrash. Of course, the album that really got me into him was City, which is great. My favorite song, Detox, is on this. So had to get that because I'd never seen it on cassette before. So very excited about that. All right, let's get into some of the DVDs and Blu-rays basically that I got before I get into the other stuff. So I think I just ordered this on a whim. I know Kevin hasn't seen this yet. Maybe at some point, maybe this will be a Cinemax Synergy pick. I don't know, but I like it a lot. It's not a traditional werewolf film, but I do consider it a werewolf film. So it's weird that I do that. But if you haven't ever seen this, The Wolf of Snow Hollow, fantastic movie, very clever. Enjoyed the shit out of it. So I figured it's good to get one. You know what I'm saying? Got a digital code for that. Let's see. Keeping on the werewolf theme, I saw this posted on Facebook. Didn't know exactly how good or bad it would be, but it's actually quite good. Actually, now I'm looking at it, but I've been wanting this forever. I've been talking about it forever. If you grew up in the 80s, there was a TV series that came out called Werewolf, and they did finally put it out on regular DVD, I think. And then YouTube has has actually the series in YouTube, but it's kind of grainy. But this guy that I had talked to had put it out on Blu-ray and had it like cleaned up and everything. So I got the complete series of Werewolf. Fucking underrated series. A lot of fun. Great practical effects, great wolf effects. I really love this, so I'm happy about that a lot. Let's see. Good film, yes. Wolf of Snow Hollow, yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to check it out, dude. Like, maybe we'll do it and get you to finally watch it. I think it's still on Tubi, maybe. I'm pretty sure it is. But we'll check that out for sure. Now, last year, if you saw my top 8 of the year, this film made my number 1. It was the best, and it's so funny because the actor did like 2 or 3 films last year. This was the one that was kind of like not talked about too much, but it was my number 1 film, and that's Boy Kills World. I fucking love this film. It's so much fun, so much going on in it, and it's unique. And of course, you got Rui Yanhan, I think is his name is, a fantastic martial artist. I was happy to see him in this kind of film. So just really, really well done. Much better than the Crow remake, which featured Skarsgård, even though I know you probably put 110% into it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, that film should have got more attention than it did, unfortunately. So moving on to the Shop Factory stuff. So I saw this sale and didn't think much of it at first. I was like, I don't know what this, but like I think it was originally going for like $60 or $70, and it was a package. It came with the steelbook, came with a poster, and a figurine. I knew nothing of this movie at all. In fact, I thought it was a series at first, but it's actually a movie. But it was also coming with a bonus DVD that you could pick up, or maybe I just picked this up as to make sure I can get the free shipping or something. I think that's what that was. So in the group, before I get to the actual figurine stuff, so as to keep it from being charging me for shipping, I picked up a classic, which I have not seen before, but figure why not, right? It's Cannibal Girls. So I'll be checking this out at some point. So this is a lot of fun. I always love these old classic 70s horror and whatnot. So that was to help out with the cost of course, the shipping. But this movie from what year was this? I want to say 80. God, I need more light. 1980. So 1980, okay? So this is when this came out initially. And I think I remember hearing the title, but not much about the film itself. So I will play a trailer because this is what this is referenced to, and then I'll show you the goodies I got for it. But this movie was called Battle Beyond the Stars. So if any of you have ever seen this, what did you think? Tell me a little bit about it because I have a figurine that looks cool, but I really don't know anything about it. So we're going to check out the trailer here for it real quick. And this is called Battle Beyond the Stars. It looks kind of cool. I think it has a pretty good cast too, if I recall.
Ruthless invaders, a defenseless planet. Battle beyond the stars. A lone youth escapes on a last-ditch mission that begins at the edge of the universe. The story of a boy who finds more than he expected. And all he can handle.
Does your species have kissing?
Oh, yes.
Oh, we got much more than that.
Try one. That's a hot
Cannibal.
dog. It comes from Earth.
Looks
You
like
like
a bunch of Brent
There's no
Spiners.
dog in this.
Potatoes.
Soybean meal, niacin, dextrose, and sodium nitrate flavoring. That's what we call meat back home.
Battle beyond the stars. Starring Richard Thomas, George Papard, Robert Vaughn, John Saxon,
Saxon.
A battle beyond time, beyond space,
Nice fire!
that ends in a desperate gamble.
They'll be able to board us.
It won't make any difference. Get that hatch open! No!
Battle beyond the stars.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So yeah, I see some familiar faces in there. That guy Pepard who plays Hannibal in the A-Team, and then of course John Saxon, legend in horror and sci-fi films. It looked like there were some other familiar faces that I can't put off the top of my head. One I thought was maybe Tanya Roberts, but I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look it up. But so this was initially going for like $60 to $70 for this whole package thing that I got, but it was on sale for like $35, and I was like, and it's limited, so I was like, well, okay, it's cool, sounds cool, and you get all this shit for like way less, so I was pretty happy. So here's the steel book, pretty nice, fancy looking. Special features, the bonus plan. So you gotta like that. That's very cool. So I'm gonna check this out at some point and probably do a review on it. Maybe I'll actually have some people join me for a watch party for that. And so I got this figurine. I guess her name is Shad, but she almost looks like a female version of Thor or maybe Mercury or something. But I don't know how she plays into the movie or anything. But if you know anything about this series, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Battlestar Galactica or maybe even Buck Rogers a little bit in terms of feel. But I figured, dude, the figurine, the steelbook, and then I've got this poster that came with it too, which I'll end up putting up in here somewhere if I can find room for it. But I thought that was cool to be able to get a figurine and whatnot. Now, I didn't take the poster out, but I'm going to see if I can kind of put it up there to kind of let you see what it might look like. Although there you go. So basically on the right there is what the poster is going to look like once I get out of the tube. But Dude, for $35, man, that's really fucking quite good. You know what I mean? Oh, that's right. You're right. The young guy, right? So the young guy that Thomas, he's the one that's in it. I think you're right. Yeah. Good call. Good catch. I knew I'd see him somewhere. I couldn't remember where, but I remember I'd see him somewhere. So finally to the last one we got, which I have to kind of go back. Yeah, man. Like I thought maybe the Highlander would only go about an hour, but I have to remember that whenever I have extra guests, there's more talking, more discussion going on. So it went a bit longer than planned, but it still turned out very good, very good. So I have to just think better when I space out my live stream. So try to do a little bit more live streams, involve some of you guys into this stuff as much as I can. So that's part of the reason too. So my last piece of merch here that I got, I had to kind of go back to when I was a young boy at 5 years old. And I've probably told this story before, but at the time when my babysitter was watching over, she'd always take me to the drive-in and we'd watch movies. I've seen stuff like Close Encounters or Tentacles, Orca, stuff like Creature Features and stuff like that when it was very popular in the 70s. One of the things that I forced her to take me to see was Jaws. Even at 5 years old, I was like, nope, I want to go see this. I won't have nightmares. But I did have nightmares, but it was worth it. Great, great experience. I'll never forget it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. But I remember telling my mom, I was like, because they had all the merch and stuff that came out during the promotion of it. And so they had this game called Jaws. And so this here was the original Jaws. You had a little plastic pieces, kind of like dorky looking shark, but as a 5-year-old, I didn't give a shit. And the funny thing is, I even took that fucking thing into the bathtub with me when I played. I wasn't really even treating it like a real game. I was just treating it like a toy that I could play with in the tub. But NECA came out with a much updated version of this, and so much more detail and very cool stuff. So I'm actually not even interested in playing the game. I'm just going to keep it as like a figurine, which if you haven't seen, hopefully, I don't know if I can get it out, but I'll show you here in a minute. So my mother-in-law had this diorama that she had for years, and I used to bug the shit out of her that I wanted it, and she kept telling me to kick rocks. And then finally, one day, she says, all right, you can have it. So she gave this the Orca with Jaws and Quint and the whole nine. So finally she gave it to me because she was only keeping it downstairs and she wasn't really paying attention to it. It was just not being loved. I would love it. So I did. So yeah, she gave that to me, which was very cool of her. I'm going to take care of it and treat it as well as it should be treated. But when the NECA released the fact that they wanted to do a remake of the game, when they did the remake of the game, I was like, well, this is fucking cool, man. Like, this is way better than the original, and like just even as just a figurine would look fantastic. So I went and I put in the order, of course, for it, and of course it came in. Haven't taken it out yet, but I'm really excited to display it at some point once I do dive into it. But that was fun. It came faster than I thought it would, to be honest. And even like I said, I have another item that I have coming, but it's not coming until April. And a lot of people know that I've ordered the I don't have a picture of that. I ordered the larger Shimo figurine, so I pre-ordered that, but that will be coming in April. So I'll do a little video once I get that. I'm not as fancy as Kevin is when he does his little unboxing with his figurines and stuff like that. But all right, so wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You want my Jaws, right? Because you know what I want. If you want my Jaws, you know what you got to send me, right? The bigger version of this. And Kevin's gonna be like, fuck off. Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm very, very happy about this. Very good haul. That's wait, hold up. That's not where I was going with that. Not at all. No. Yeah, the running joke is that a lot of my friends and collaborators, they have great figurine collections, and like I'm jealous that I can't afford half of that shit. But at the same time, I can appreciate their shit from afar. That's what makes it nice. And by far means like in Kevin's case, he's like way over in the UK, so I can't even go over his house and steal it if I wanted to. Not that I would, but well, maybe I would. I don't know. Oh man. Uh-oh. Yeah. Rhedosaurus. Yeah, good thing John's not here, because I'd be like, when is that shit coming, dude? Like, and then of course Sentry doesn't mind sending Jedi a fucking Ghidorah, but he won't send me a Ghidorah. Like he's a stingy beast. He's a stingy bitch. That motherfucker. Yeah, it is, man. But I'm telling you now, like if we end up getting to G Fest in 2026, I'm stacking up money, dude. I'm coming there with cash this time. Like I might even leave there with that big ass fucking Ghidorah that they had for like $600. Like that. I even if I don't have to eat, I'm just gonna buy that shit. That's all I'm gonna do. I just don't know where I'm gonna put it, because I have nowhere to put anything else really. I'd have to move all these up here, these boxes. Yeah, but Alvin, you're starting. There's always a starting point, so you're getting there. You just got to start small, like me. Like I didn't have a lot either, so I just kind of had to start building up shit, and keep it reasonable. Like depending on your finances, you don't get too fucking crazy if you don't have the money. But that's true. See, oh yeah, see, I feel bad because I haven't been able to get to this yet, but for those that don't know, Mr. Lambert did send me these some time ago. They're like model pieces, I guess, that you kind of put together, and they're like part of a series or something. I forget what it was, but all three of these are part of the same thing for Kumongo, the spider kaiju. And so once I get Neko to help me with that, because I can't put shit together properly because I'm a man, but and I would have Anthony do it, but he would keep it. So because I would have him painted and everything, but he'd probably just keep it. So I can't give that to him either. And watch eBay like a hawk. If you're patient, you can just get. So yeah, true, very true. Yeah. So things keep coming in, and then every once in a while you'll see like sales and stuff. Like I know, well, I still have that Super 7. So speaking of people watching, like if I get to 5,000 subscribers and you interact with live shows, my recordings, you chat, or even with the collaborators that I work with. So if you're chatting with them on their live streams and liking and subscribing to their pages, eventually when I get to 5,000 subscribers, I will do a drawing of the people that have been involved. So there's like on my main page, there's a little description there about how you participate in the drawing for the Super 7 -1. So it won't be, it won't be this one because this one's mine, but I have another one of these in a box. And if I get to 5K subscribers and you've been involved with the channel, and just doesn't have to be every day, but just actively participating, you will be given a chance to win one of those. And, they're not like $500, but they're not cheap either. So it's really well made. So if you're into figurines at all, and collecting and stuff like that, then certainly, you might take a chance and win that. Gorgio851. So yeah, this guy here is a great dude. Now he's somebody that has a ton of figurines that he just won't fucking pack up and send to me. Like he's a stingy bitch. He's like fucking Sentry. I just don't understand. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, I love Gorgio. In fact, I talked about it at the Highlander review. Thursday, I'm kicking off a new podcast segment called Vintage Cult Cinema. And he's going to be my first guest on my first episode as we discuss Killing Zoe, 1994 film starring Eric Stoltz and Julie Delpy. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to have a blast with that. So, yeah, be looking forward to that. That's a new show. I'm probably going to try to do it every week, at least one episode. I'm not going to push myself too hard with it, but aside from all the other shit that I'm doing on this channel, but I'm trying to keep busy. Neko's trying to keep me busy is how it goes. But yeah, I just, I'm glad to have these collaborators that I work with and enjoy the fruits of their friendship, as well as like occasionally getting gifts. Like Ulvin sent me some stuff before that I didn't expect, so very nice of him to do that. Lambert from Entertainment Hardcore, he has these mystery boxes that he sends out to people that we collab with and friends. So just very cool shit, man. Just very nice gestures on their part. Great people that we do all these shows with, and yeah. That's it though. That's my massive haul is all this shit that I've got now. So now, a matter of watching it all and putting it away and finding room to, like, I don't know where I'm gonna put the Jaws thing at this point. I just don't have any room. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put it. Don't. And I can't put it too obvious because my cats will start fucking with shit. So I can't have that happen either. I might have to move the other orca back there or something, and then maybe just put Jaws there and display it for a while. Everyone keeps talking about that. We discussed that a little bit, but I don't like the second one, but the third one, I think Anthony and I kind of agree, has some okay points with it. Like it's decent enough. I was showing off my sword from that movie, from Mario Van Peebles' sword that he uses in it during the stream. But yeah. There it goes. See? Yeah, if you haven't checked out Alvin's channel, go do it. He also runs Tokusatsu Action Land, and they do a lot of talk about the stuff like Ultraman, Godzilla, Kamen Rider, something like that. I don't know how to really pronounce it, but I'm not really well versed in that. So obviously, also Kevin Lambert has started a new podcast himself called Education, which he's going to be talking with, I think, Gojira as well as Anthony about Gundam. So again, that's something I don't know anything about. I know of the character, but I just don't know enough about it to say I've never really seen anything from it. Get you some, yeah, get you some Ulvin. Get you some Ulvin. Now, obviously, Elvin and I, we did some series called the Silver Screen Savants a few weeks ago. So check out those episodes. They're very cool. Very good stuff. I think I still want to try to find a way to continue the James Bond thing that we were doing at some point. So we'll work that out, because eventually Jedi, and I are going to do our rankings of all the James Bond films once we've kind of gone through them a little bit, to see how we feel about where they rank from tiers. And we're going to use tier ranking to do that. But yeah, guys, that's really about it. I do have just a couple more notes. Wednesday, the first episode of Ghouls that we're doing with Mr. Tony of the Dead, it's going to be The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and Anthony Jordan will be joining us for that as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't seen that in a few years. And then later in the evening, we're doing the other episode of Ghouls, which is going to be Tony's pick of this horror movie called Popeye. So it's based off the Popeye character, but it's done horror. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. It's a film called Shock Treatment. Oh, it is a film called Shock Treatment, a cult classic. Is it Shock Treatment, or is it called Shock? Because I know there's a movie called Shock. Yeah. Well, I mean, but you guys still kind of dabble with that. That's sort of the thing over there. But I'm sure Geek and the other guy, Alzilla, probably might know that a little bit more, I guess. Remember, yep. I think we're going to try to do it Tuesday evening if you're available for that. Okay. Let me just do a quick search on that. Shock treatment. Ugh. There we go. Oh, it looks familiar. At least the cover does. Oh, it's a musical comedy. Oh, it's a follow-up to Rocky Horror. So, yeah, I don't know if I've seen it. I knew of it, but I don't know if it's quite a cult. I don't know if it's quite a cult film like Rocky Horror is. Because I know if I end up doing Rocky Horror and Vintage, I know NECA's going to be like, she's got to be on that. It's like one of her favorite things. She did whole like dance theater when she was younger. So, yeah, well, that's fine, man. You know, it's the way it goes is you take your time, make sure you're prepared, and then you do your thing. I've never seen that film. I've heard of it. I've never seen Pink Flamingo though. Never seen that film. All right. I think we're about done here, folks. Didn't want to keep you too long, but appreciate you stopping by and checking out my stuff that I got. And please go and subscribe to all the collaborators I work with. In fact, if you go to the Sci-Fi Collective YouTube channel, you can actually find a lot of our content there, the different channels that I work with and are friends with and the stuff that they put out. I try to keep it up to date as possible with the new stuff that they put out as well as myself. So I did update it yesterday, not today yet, but certainly I'm trying to keep that consistent for if you want like a one-stop shop to everything that goes on within the Sci-Fi Society. That's what it is. So be sure to check that out. Yeah, thank you, Zuru, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you stopped by, my friend. It's a marathon. Yeah, exactly. That's for Alvin. Yeah, you don't have to sprint to get there. Just be ready and take your time and make sure you feel good about what product you're putting out there as far as like content. So that's all that matters at this stage. But again, guys, much appreciated. Thank you very much for being here. And I'll see you next time on the Militario Podcast.